everyone. Welcome or welcome back. I am Atiksha, your resident bibliophile, and today we are going to be reviewing the book Loving Lee by Cozy Dubois. This is an own voice story, and if you do not know what the own voice is, it's basically someone who knows and has been through what they're writing about. Queer authors writing queer books, disabled authors writing disabled books, that kind of stuff. So first, let's talk about the basics of this book. The title is Loving Lee. Author is Cozy Dubois. It is a contemporary LGBTQIA+ novel. It is 459 pages long. There are 5 point of views in this book. Yes, that's a lot, but that's what it is. We have Lee and Antonio, who are the main couple of this book. And then we have Tara, Blanche, and Sunny, who are Lee's best friends and his from family. This is part of a series, book 1 of Confession, and book 2 will be out on 29th January 2025. The book is available on ebook and paperback. There are multiple content warnings in this book, and I would say if there is any topic within the LGBTQIA community that you are triggered by, this book probably has it. In addition to that, it has substance use. One of the characters is in recovery. There's explicit sexual content. Some of it is not as consensual. There are mental health struggles, body image. This book takes a body neutral perspective, but there are still characters who struggle with body image, and mentions of past trauma and a flashback of past trauma. Now, let's talk about the book. But first, let's talk about the author. Cozy Dubois, they, them, thought writing fiction was a long-lost hobby. A long lover of romance novels, Cozy has renewed their love for writing by telling stories for and about LGBTQ+ people. They hope to bring more books into the world that represent the complex and messy relationship between friends, lovers, and chosen family found in the queer community they love. Based in Minneapolis, they enjoy life with their partner, 2 hound dogs, an old-ass cat, dozens of houseplants, and a garden that has seen better days. Find them with a beverage in hand on a patio anytime the temp is above freezing, or planning their next vacation when it's not. A summary of the book. When the quiet audiotech meets the magnetic new drag queen, their fling feels inevitable. But far more than their hearts could break. Considering he never expected to make it to adulthood, the life Lee Jones has cobbled together is surprisingly fine. His audiotech job at a gay bar is steady, and his chosen family, Tara, Sunny, and Blanche, is ride or die. Deep down, he wishes anyone wanted him for more than casual fling, but he'll take what he can get. Picking up the pieces of his old life after giving up on chasing fame in New York, Antonio Flores settles for performing drag at Confession for the sake of stability. Fresh out of rehab is a terrible time to be crushing on anyone, but the charming beefcake in the booth is irresistible. But the delicate equilibrium of Lee's family crumbles as their emotional rock falls for Antonio. The tough but fragile Tara flatters when Lee's newfound happiness doesn't include her. Without Lee to rein in her impulses, Sunny pushes the soft-hearted Blanche into a clandestine relationship that threatens their friendship. Lee helps keep his demons at bay, but Antonio's bad habits could yet again sabotage the best part of his life. As his family falls apart and the fairy tale stops being easy, Lee sees the end of their relationship in every minor conflict. Is their relationship worth jeopardizing everything good in their lives? As for the characters, we have 5 point of view characters, as I mentioned before. Lee is the audiotech at Confessions, a black gay man who doesn't think anyone would want him. He's an absolute sweetheart and the rock of his group. His love interest is Antonio, another point of view character. He is the newest or old drag queen at Confessions. He's new for Lee. His drag name is Carlita, and she is supposedly the best. Antonio struggles with substance abuse and recovery from substance addiction. He's trying to get his life together and is back at Confessions because that is his safe space. The other 3 point of views. First, we have Tara. She's Lee's best friend and support system. They met when they were both homeless teenagers. They've been through so much together and they're each other's world. Blanche is Tara and Lee's parental figure and best friend. They took them in when they were teenagers from the street. They are a professional dom. Sunny is Lee's ex, but now his best friend. Sunny is a little naive. She's a trans woman and has a massive, massive crush on Blanche. Richard and Gabe are not point of view characters, but very important to Antonio, considering that they are Antonio's best friends. We see a little bit of them in this novel, but they're important characters moving forward in the series. The themes of this book include found family, acceptance, recovery, safe space, healthy relationships, toxic relationships, codependency, and much more. Symbolism. The drag bar symbolizes not just a safe space for gender expression. It is a safe space for everyone to be themselves. The symbolism of safety is reiterated throughout the book, not just in a physical space, but also in people. The tone of writing is absolutely joyful and accepting. Everyone's open about communication, even when the conversations are hard. If one person is backing out of a conversation, the other person gives them the space and time they need and then brings them back into that conversation, because nobody's getting upset over things that have been unsaid. The pacing of this book is actually pretty fast paced for a book that is over 450 pages long, but also you have 5 point of view characters. That is to be expected, except when we get to Blanche's point of view. Blanche's point of view feels slower than the others, but that isn't a mistake. This is deliberate, which is very, very evident in the future chapters, along with the reason for the pacing. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but that is how it felt. Now, on to my review of the book. This book is the definition of acceptance and queer joy. That doesn't mean that it's a utopia where the difficult topics do not exist. We see almost every topic come up. It's bound to happen when you have 5 point of view characters who are all extremely different from each other and all queer. We deal with topics like body dysphoria, body shaming, childhood trauma, toxic relationships, toxic friendships, loneliness, addiction recovery, overbearing family, abusive family, conversion therapy, abandonment issues, sex work, and a lot more. If you can think of any topic, it's probably here. But it is dealt with extreme respect and care. None of these are thrown in there for the sake of it. These are people with real problems and real support and acceptance. Who should read this book? If you want an own voice queer story that radiates queer joy, you need this. I can't think of any titles because I have never seen this portrayed in any medium, print or screen. Doesn't mean it's not there, just that I haven't seen it. If anyone knows of any comp titles, please let me know. The next book in this story is Sunny's, and that girl deserves her happy ending. So now, to my favorite part, some of my favorite quotes from this book. Even if he wasn't particularly feminine, constantly performing masculinity to hold someone's interest was exhausting. He had done enough of that as a kid, when he was still desperate for his dad's approval. Lee, this is going to sound harsh, but I don't need you. I want you and love you, but I've never needed you. I have worked so hard to build a whole life, a whole support system for myself, and you're part of that. But you're not a crutch. I'm learning to trust that I know what's best for me, and I need you to trust me too. If the day ever comes that you are no longer good for me, trust me to advocate for myself. You don't get to make that decision for me. How can you love me if you don't need me? Everyone who doesn't need me leaves. My own parents didn't even want me. And as frustrated with you as I am right now, I can see you doing the same damn thing. You're skipping the conflict and jumping straight to the resolution. And frankly, this is a bad resolution. And I want a different one. I don't want to fight with you, but you're worth fighting for. And I refuse to let you go, when that's not what either one of us wants. Sorry, did I wake you? Yes, but I fell asleep on the couch, so I'm glad you did. My back would be a mess if I stayed there. You're so old, babe. I don't know whether to be annoyed because you just called me old, or pissed because you just called me babe. Thank you so much for staying with me. This is an absolutely amazing book that deserves all the love that it gets. I'll see you all next time. Bye.